And so, the employee to entrepreneur journey, can you talk about being in a dark place? Now, you were at one of the top of your game, so to speak, as an employee. And so some people would say, how can she be in a dark place and this is where she, you know what I mean? Like, how could, a lot of people out the head is like, I'm striving to get to where you are. How could that be a dark place? So when you say that, what's the transformation? What was that? What was that dark place, if you don't mind us talking about that? Not too much. I don't want to make you cry on the show.
Okay. That dark place was at a time when, now I look at it in a different light.
Okay.
That dark place is what actually got me to where I am. It was a stepping stone.
Okay.
But when you're in that dark place, you really cannot see, you cannot understand. But that dark place was at a point where I would say there were people that I reported to,
Okay.
or people I worked with. And they, I guess I would say now, didn't realize that some of the words that they were saying to me, or the things they were saying to me, how detrimental it was. And those things that were said to me or were done to me kept pushing me into that place where the harder I tried, it just wasn't good enough. I would be working long hours until midnight. They couldn't figure out how I was getting the work done. And then at the point where I'm doing a double master's, right? And got my evaluation, and I was told that I was threatened with being fired. That was one thing. Never been fired in 35 years.
Okay.
And to be threatened with that kind of pushed me into that place. And then I was told that others were doing my work for me.
Wow.
That was like the worst evaluation I've ever had in my life. And at that point of time, during that journey, I actually found myself at the Gallery Place Metro contemplating suicide.
Wow.
And it was standing there and feeling that pull. Do I jump? Do I not jump? So the tunnel is dark. You're seeing this train coming. What should I do? And that night, I got onto the train. I did make it onto the train and went straight to church. And I belong to Ebenezer AME. And my pastor, Granger, that night, he said, anyone who needs prayer, come up to the altar. He had no idea what I had just was contemplating.
Okay.
So I went up to the altar, and at that point he said to me, it took you had a difficult time getting here tonight. And I said, yes, but he had no idea. But you know that's a man of God. So at that point of time, he prophesied to me about being in that dark place and do not go back there because it will kill me. At that time, I had no idea what he was talking about until it was time when, after leaving corporate America and coming to find out when HR called and, are you coming back? And I'm like, do I have to go back to that same department? And I was told yes. And at that point, I couldn't because I was under doctor's care. I was seeing a psychiatrist, I was seeing a therapist, the whole works. And then, although that place was dark and I didn't know where to go, I know that there came a time that I could not, this was not my life. It was not my lifestyle. I could not continue living where I'm getting a check just because. And so I told my psychiatrist that I am going to take my life back into my own hands. And I started the steps that are shared in here. I actually started doing more natural things to help me in my recovery. So instead of taking medication, I started meditating. So I considered, instead of medication, meditation. I started being able to use vitamin D. You need the sunlight. You will find a lot of things. You need to get out and walk. All of those things start helping you, mind, body, and soul. And my mind started, you start forgiving. That was one of the main things I had to do, was to forgive all those who I thought had gotten me to where I am.
Okay.
But then you have to realize, too, that sometimes your haters can be the ones who are predicting your future and your life. Because I had that person tell me, you do not need to be in this department. You need to be dressing windows in a store because of your fashion sense. And I took that and I said, I am not going to be dressing windows, but I will own the store. I am not going to dress the windows for a store.
Did y'all just-
I will own the store.
Did y'all just hear that?
And that's
The
what you
hater
do.
was saying you should be dressing windows, not doing this, not doing these finances, handling these millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. You should be dressing windows. And you say, you know what?
Promise me that that's what you will do. And here I am today, a fashion designer, have my boutique, and doing a fashion show on a cruise ship.
I don't dress windows. I own the store. What? Oh my goodness. I hope somebody's listening to this and saying, I want to get out of my dark place. Because the more I hear about the Dr. Walker, you can be in a dark place and still, maybe I'm still doing well at work, but then it's not what God has called you to be doing.
I shouldn't have been there. I have been to, why are you here? You should be in New York fashion. People have been saying that to me for years. But I continue because I love, banking. I
Okay.
love what I was doing. But that was not really my calling. So now I'm in a place where I get up every day and I look forward to my day. What am I going to wear? What am I going to create? What am I going to do? Who can I serve? So I am at a place where I'm passionate about my fashion. I am still serving those that I need. Even when I share my fashion, I'm still serving because I do it one-on-one. I love being able to dress that person. I don't just have them go and pick something out. I choose what I want them to wear and what I know will match their personality. And then with my real estate, at least I'm, providing housing for those who need a home.
Absolutely.
And then this book is going to help those heal and transform from that dark place to light.